Alright, today we got a super special interview with a new and upcoming trader. This isn't like the normal meme coin trader interview that you see where these Fortnite kids come and make millions of dollars. This is a little bit something different, a little bit more raw. Someone who's a little bit older, ran up money, lost it all, come from a 95, come back again, and has been all over the place, but within the last couple months has really brought it all full circle and started to make ridiculous money. He goes by Seal, the man, the myth, the legend. Okay, cool. So we've got a very special guest, longtime friend of mine now. Mr. Seal is here to join us to give insight into his journey with meme coins. Do you want to introduce yourself, Seal?
Yes, gladly. My name is Seal/Ibra on Twitch. I've been trenching since like start of February. Only been consistent since like the end of February because I didn't have much time back then. And I'm almost 22. I'm originally from Kazakhstan, but now I'm in Europe.
Okay.
And I studied computer science before.
You said
basically just
you're
programming.
from Kyrgyzstan before?
Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan. Damn, you international.
Yeah.
Seal, tell us how you got into meme coins. When did you start trading? When did you start properly trenching every single day?
I got introduced into trenching like the summer of 2024. I full ported a coin. I didn't know to do any sort of research. I was just looking at the Telegram. I was like, yeah, looks nice, I guess. Then I round trip like a 3x on that into being down like 80 or 70%. So basically slept on it. Like just the usual starting stuff. Like you sleep on a coin.
Did you think you were going to get rich off the first coin?
Yeah, I was really hopeful, you know? I was really like, oh my, it's actually so good. I was thinking like it's gonna go like a 10x and I'm gonna find the next 10x and it's just gonna keep on. But like, you know, it was unrealistic back then. And I lost all motivation for like 2 months and I tried again a bit. I full ported Sol with all my crypto that I had. I was just like buying coins here and there, but not much. And then I properly started like, you know, wanting to learn in February when all the Trump stuff was happening. I full ported the Trump coin, made a 2x on that, and started buying like Joe Biden coins, etc. Yeah. I was making decent money on that.
Started it for me as well, like just before Geo. A lot of people came in with that whole Trump Sol going at 300.
Yeah.
That was the time.
Yeah, that was euphoric as what, I can't tell why.
And then, okay, so you started properly trenching in like what, like just after February?
Yeah. Basically end of February I started like being on every day. Me and my friend bought into Potion. Yeah. And started like looking at calls in there.
That's where we met.
And yeah, that's where I met basically. I was looking at you, Dan, and back then there was Manfred that was kind of goated. Yeah, basically started from there. I started like trying to learn properly. It took me 1 month, 1.5 months to actually like hit my first like good green streak. I was down 20 Sol to start.
Is that a lot of money? Like 20 Sol, like how was your financial position before trading?
It was kind of like unstable, you know, because I just was out of a job. So my whole motivation with this was like, you know, I have to make it work, you know, like no other way. This or basically nothing.
Do or die type shit.
Yeah. The pressure was like, you know, it was there, but at the same time I knew like there's always a plan B. I was down to my last 0.08 Sol. I was just looking at the city tracker, like waiting for a good city. Like city was so meta back then. Like still remember that play, Panican. I bought in at like 15k. I got flooded out by the PvP. Funny enough, around like 20k or something. It was a Trump narrative, basically.
The political party.
Yeah. Basically, it was like making fun of a political party. And
that was only like 3 months ago?
Yeah. That was not even that long ago, actually. Feels like ages ago, but not long ago. And I got flooded out, AF'd the PvP. I cheated the PvP because the main was actually winning. So I was like rotating back and forth with my last like $5. My final entry was around 30k. It went to like 1.2 mil, but I think I took my profits around like 1 mil. Basically, I just like full clipped at 1 mil. I had like 0.7 Sol from that almost because I was flipping like upwards
until like ran at $5 to like what, 150.
It was around like $70 back then because, you know, Sol was cheap as well.
You kind of gambled your way. You had a green month, doing well, but then you would lose it with gambling and then just like small losses stacking up, and then you kind of gambled your way back to 2 Sol. And when did you start being consistently profitable?
And that was like my last gamble play at Panican. After that, I started sticking to a strategy. Like that was the day I wrote up some rules, you know, like I just started like making rules for myself, like don't do this, like ape only at this, and don't buy after, like I actually had names with them, don't buy after Fasher. Funny enough, don't buy after BV, QL now.
And this time you joined TLL as well. Traders look at you.
I joined TLL after I started this 1 Sol challenge. So it was like maybe 1 or 2 months after that challenge. Or after that one streak, because basically I ran up like 0.05 into 25 Sol in 2 weeks. Then I lost it all again. in May, and end of May I started it because I still didn't have I wasn't too disciplined with my rules. I had them and I was vividly following them, and because volume was like a bit better back then, you could make a lot of errors and still be profitable, and you don't notice them until like volume actually starts going down, and you just keep repeating the same mistakes. Basically after that, really tilted, I took a small break, asked my friend for like 2 sol. I rinsed that in NA time. That was like one of my main rules. I remember, like, don't trench in NA time with low board because
Who's been suggested?
it's just brutal.
Just chat. Not me, or
Actually, it was a lot of like, I was asking you and Dan in Potion about these things, about like NA time, about like mid caps. And also my friend, he was always like giving me constructive criticism, opinions. And that's how we basically, went up together. We were just like looking at each other's trades and like giving opinions, fixing our mistakes,
Yeah.
Like it's always nice having someone to trench with. And like,
And then you started.
Potion was good for that.
Yeah. Any trading group is the place to be. You can't trade alone nowadays. It's too hard. And then you started that 1 sol challenge. How long ago was that?
It was on May 31. So basically almost like actually 3 months ago now.
Okay. And soon after that, you joined TLL because I remember you would stream the challenge and you started to make your rules. You started to have a bit more discipline in your trading. A lot of the things that like I try and drill into all the boys in TLL, like, controlling your emotions, having rules, having strategies, time frames that you're trading, sticking to what you're good at and avoiding what you're bad at, that sort of thing. And you ran up 1 sol to how much?
So first month at the peak it was 70, but I lost like 10 in an unlucky day, so I ended on 60. From 1 sol to 60 in 1 month
was about $150 back then.
Yeah, exactly 150.
Which was, what's that? Like almost 10 grand, maybe more.
Yeah, it was actually 10 grand almost on the dot. I remember like
$150, 10 grand. But obviously it took a long time. It took you all the losing from the Trump full court on this thing. And then you ran up to 25 and you lost all. And then now you're having your best month ever, 70. And you've kind of just continued from there, even though you've had some bad days, some good days. Just this week, was it? You made 2 days, you made, what was it, 17K?
Yeah, I made around like 14K on one day.
50, yeah, and that was just the other day, right?
Yeah, before yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, how does that feel, going from everything that you kind of went through and having a 16K day? I can see even today, I'm looking at one of your wallets, it's up 5K. On the week, you're up 21 grand. The last 30 days, you're up 35K. I mean, it's kind of crazy, no?
I mean, yeah, it really is. Like looking back at the trades that I was doing, like with 0.25, I still do to this day. Like basically the basics are still there, but you just have to improve on the, like, just fine tune some things here and there, and then just keep like small improvements each and every day. Maybe each week even is good. Like basically being better than you were yesterday is always going to be like the first thing that I try to do.
One thing that was a really important thing, or it's the same for you, was first of all, getting like real disciplined and not being emotional in the trading. Like, cause it's so easy to get upset and kind of rage trade. And then the other thing is like trading with people that keep you accountable. Back then I was a Ocean, or like I had IRL friends I was trading with, and they can see when I'm being like a retard in charts, and they'll like call me out on it. And I guess that's the same sort of thing with you.
I actually appreciate you a lot too, and then
that's the whole point.
That's why I love TLL.
Like, we're trying to create traders just like you, that you have this natural, a little bit of talent when it comes to new pairs and being super fast, and also finding the narrative that comes from all the hard work that you put in the before. And then now it's like, how can you level that up, make life-changing money, and just be a better trader overall? What has changed in your life, like having money now? Because how much were you making maybe roughly like before you were trenching, doing whatever job what did you work as?
Like an IT support guy, basically in the office, like the guy you go to on a laptop base out.
Doing IT, pretty standard job. And you were making how much money a month, like USD?
In USD, I was making around, like, best case, if I worked like more hours, like overtime, etc., I would make like close to 700 or 650 bucks roughly. On average, it's like 500 bucks
a month.
Yeah, a month.
500 bucks a month. And you meant 17 grand yesterday or the other day. That's crazy though. Like, what's different in your life now that you have money? I know you have a girlfriend, like, you splurging with that shit. Go on nice dates now.
Actually, like, funny enough, in the start of this challenge, one of my like OG trencher friends, he's not trenching now, but he was like back then, like way back then. He told me one thing that actually I still think about. It's like when I had 20 sol or like 30 sol on this 1 sol challenge, I spent like 5 sol on a phone for her. Like, that's the first thing I ever bought was for her. Like, not for me. Like, I was like taking out 1 sol for like bills here and there, like on that first month, but basically the first big thing I bought was like for her, because he told me like it was an iPhone 16.
Oh, okay.
Like a pink one, because like
Yeah, like first milestone when you get your money up, you can buy a girl this. Like, she wants it. I mean, that's cute. That's special. She's always gonna have that phone. Well, not always, but you're gonna remember that was you.
Yeah.
Your first, big break.
The tip that my friend gave is like, you have to spend some money to like, let go of the concept of money. That 20 30 soul range was like a mental prison for me, because last time I went to 0 from that, and I was like really, like I made it all the way up, like way more consistent than last time. Like in a week I was up like, 20, 30 soul instead of 2 weeks. So it was already like better. You just kept like being in my head, like, what if I just lose it again to 0?
So you detached from the real value of money.
Yeah.
And tried to focus on trading coins instead of, making money.
That's like the main
probably will need to make that are probably watching this, and they don't know what's the difference. It's like usually it's to do with emotions, and like we said, a mental prison around breaking out of this soul. That's all trading is. You're gonna learn what coins are good, what coins are bad, how to find good narratives after a month or two. But can you learn to conquer your emotions and listen to your rules? That's what is the difference,
That's like the most important thing actually, like for me now. Basically, because the research part is way easier than like controlling emotions and like your mental state.
Especially, yeah, because you learn the research and the finding good narratives and the entries and exits. You can learn that. Learning to control your emotions and take good trades and do it consistently is very hard. And that's why most people lose money in meme coins, crypto, day trading, anything to do with the financial markets. Everyone just loses money because they can't really get over that edge. But thankfully, thank God, with me and you, I think we'll wrap it up there. It seems like you've had a good experience with TLO. If someone was newer to the game, it didn't have to be TLO. Would you recommend them joining any sort of trading group, trying to surround themselves with those sort of people, and also drilling themselves in terms of emotionality and trading rules?
100%. Being there, even if you like copy trade calls, is gonna be way better than trying to find coins on your own, because if there's a decent person calling these coins, you're gonna see the best type of narratives there. You're just gonna have the best data set to learn from.
Yeah.
And
even if it's like the easiest in copy trading, but even if you're just watching what people are buying and seeing what they're calling, you can eventually learn why they're doing that and do it yourself. You know what I mean? Thank you so much, Seal. I appreciate taking time in there. I know it's your obsession right now, so we're about to get to trading. Hopefully it's a 20K day or 10K day. All right. Thank you, bro. I'll let you go. We'll both jump on the charts now and try and make some money.